Hello guys, this is Unforgiven and today I have for you a team deathmatch on Resistance with the Gold Scar. Now I'm here actually to talk about a topic which is trending not just over YouTube but all over the world at the moment. It's the Kony 12 situation. Now a lot of YouTube commentators have actually been talking about this, so that is probably one of the reasons why I'm doing this video, and not to be like anyone else, but to actually just get the news around, because what this Kony person, Joseph Kony, is doing is wrong. And if you don't know what he's doing, I'm about to explain. So Joseph Kony, this thing that I'm about to say has been happening for around 20 years. Basically, I would count him as a paedophile from what he does to the young girl, but what he does to the boys are kind of bad as well. So first he kidnaps young children and young adults. When I say young adults, I believe they're made 15, 16. I mean, the young boys, they get them, and the girls, in fact, they get them high on a sort of drug, cocaine. So I'm not too sure what it is, if it's coke, if it's some form of high marijuana. I'm really not sure. In the video it says, but I cannot remember the exact drug it was. I'm just going to say coke. Basically on cocaine, they get them high on coke, and for the boys they will force them to do things. So they'll be so high on coke they don't know what they're doing, and if they don't do what they say, well, they've got a chance that they're going to die along with their family. So for instance, there was this one kid, this was actually not on the news, but it was on like CBS News, which is a channel. Basically this boy, he was very young, he was only about 11, he was high on cocaine, he was like mentally destroyed, he was like really like loopy, and they told him basically to chop off every young girl's hand in the little town that he lived in. Well, he had no real choice, and he was like ridiculously high on cocaine and other drugs that he didn't really know what he was doing. So him and his little army went around killing people by chopping their hands off. Now this is, to me, disgusting and ridiculous that the US and British Army and government have done really nothing about this for 20 years, and they're only just bringing it to our attention. That is kind of annoying, and it needs to stop. On the other hand, what Joseph Kony does with the girls is uses them as slaves for sex and for abuse. He abuses them, and again, these are high on coke, and this is why I say he's a paedophile and he would say I would say he's a paedophile, and what he's doing is wrong. And all over like the news, it's saying that we need to basically stop this, and that's what I don't know why they're bringing it to our attention now that we need to stop this. The American government, what I see they should do is send out a little bit of an army, so we say 20-30 men out to Uganda, which is where they are, which, if you don't know, is one of the drug capitals of the world. So this is where this dude gets all the the drugs from. But basically, we could send some people out, you know what I mean? Send some out, send these soldiers out to go and find this guy like we did with Osama bin Laden. Yeah, big problem. Yeah, big problem. We're going to be fighting an army of kids and young adults. Let's say 10 to 15 year olds. It's basically child murder if we're going to be shooting. We can't, the American and English government and other governments around the world cannot kill kids. But that is the thing we will have to do. That's the thing we'll have to resort to when it comes down to it. We will have to kill these kids, and it's a thing that the world will have to decide. Do you want to carry on, or do you want the Ugandans and a lot of more African kids to suffer and get kidnapped? You know, it's really up to them. Barack Obama has actually sent already, and actually the English Prime Minister has actually already sent some troops out to Uganda to train the Ugandan and South African and Northern African armies so they can defend themselves. He's already done that. It's obviously not worth. They haven't found this Joseph Kony, and he needs to die. I don't care if you think that's really uncivilized. I think this guy needs to be beheaded. I think this guy needs to be shot. He needs to be killed. What he's doing is wrong. I don't think a jail sentence is going to sort this either. This guy needs to go. What he's doing is wrong, and it's been going on for 20 years. I mean, going back to the Osama bin Laden and Al Qaeda, they're a really big terrorist group, and we've been looking for Osama, in fact, for 6-7 years, and we only just found him last year and killed him. Al Qaeda, their leader, is still on the run. If you didn't know, there is actually another leader of Al Qaeda. Some people still think it was Osama bin Laden. He was a big name, but he wasn't the leader of Al Qaeda. There is actually a new one, and they knew Osama would die at some point. It's pretty simple. We need to sort this out. This guy needs to go. Using young, maybe 11-year-old girls for sex is wrong. And making young boys, young adults, teenagers kill their own families just so he can show himself. And the only way we can get this across is by making him famous. That is the only way, guys, we're going to actually, get this into the people's heads and into the limelight. He's getting famous. If we don't get him famous, this guy's going to carry on doing this, and for God knows how long. He's been around 20 years, I reckon he could. Well, he's been a lot longer than that. He's been around doing this for 20 years, terrorising Africa. He's got to be stopped, and I reckon he should be killed. We've got to do something about this, guys. If you haven't watched the video, it's actually a 30-minute video. I'll link it in the description. I will link this one, because I don't link a lot of things, but I will link this one in the description, guys. If you think this Joseph Kony guy should be stopped and what he's doing is wrong, leave a comment, because, yeah, it's terrible what he's doing. I'm going to be seeing you guys in the next Call of Duty commentary. This has been Unforgiven. I'm going to see you later, and peace.